Hey, good morning, everybody. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 and 16. Paul writes, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." So when he says to see then that you walk circumspectly, he's talking about how you live. And he's saying you need to live purposefully and you need to live deliberately. You need to look at your life. You need to make sure that you do the things that you know you ought to be doing. See, you might have some things out there, you've been telling yourself for a long time, man, I need to get back in church, or I need to get into a church, or, I need to get my kids into a church. I need to get my kids into a program where they can be taught about God and about who God is, or maybe there's a ministry or someone that you need to minister to, and you're just like, man, I really need to go minister to that person already. And you just keep putting it off and putting it off. That's the kind of thing that he's speaking against here, that we need to make sure that we walk circumspectly, that we live deliberately, and that we live purposefully, and that we live on purpose. And in order to do this, in order to really take control of our lives, and to make sure that we don't let other stuff get in the way of the things that we know we ought to be doing, first of all, we're gonna have to practice some self-control. That's really one of the things that God has been teaching me most recently is about practicing some self-control. It's about having a purpose and not letting anything get in the way. You're like, I need to get my family back in church, or I need to get back into church. You can't wake up on Sunday morning and go, I really got to get that grass mowed today, or I really need to ride out here and look at this, or whatever. You just have to take control of your own life. And you have to take control of your own time. You have to take control of your own life. You have to determine what is important in life and what's really important in life, and what the things are that you really need to prioritize and pursue. Certainly it's God. Certainly it's God, your relationship with Him. Certainly it's family and your relationship with them. Certainly those are two things that ought to be at the top of your list and be a priority. And those are certainly two things that should not be put off for other things. So we need to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. We need to practice this self-discipline. We need to make sure that we do the things that we know are priority. We need to understand what's a priority, and then we need to make sure that we prioritize them, and then we need to make sure that we practice the self-discipline to not let anything get in the way of us doing them. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And he says, redeeming the time. We need to make the most of the time that we have. We need to use it to its utmost. We need to get every good drop, every good second that we can get out of this lives that we have for the things that are really, really important. We need to make the most of every opportunity. That's what it means to redeem the time. I've talked in several videos before this about how time is short. James says life is a vapor. David writes in Psalms, teach us to number our days. We need to understand how short this time that we have here really is, and how short the time we have with our loved ones really is. And so we need to prioritize those things that are really important to us, and we need to make the most of every opportunity that we have. So see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Prioritize your life, and then practice some self-discipline to make sure that you do the things that you already know that you need to be doing. God bless you guys. Get out there and faith this weekend. God bless you. Bye.